EnglishTim here. Today I'm doing a video on mega rallies, and when you join them, especially during KvK where the losses are real, when to use your own stats and when are you using the mega rally leader stats. There's some weird exceptions and I'm going to take you through those now so you can do better and lose fewer troops. Okay, I just want to do a highlight on the gear that I'm wearing. Some people might say it's quite an unusual configuration. Now, there's one really critical point on this gear. I'm in a mega rally. If I'm not in a mega rally, if I'm fighting on my own, this is so the wrong gear to wear. But if you are in a mega rally, then you are fighting with somebody else's statistics. You are not fighting with your own battle stats. So what have I got? Now this only applies to Lunar, so if you play on Solar, please fast forward. This gear arrangement makes no sense. So what am I wearing? So you'll see I've got two pieces of my best battle gear. So my chest here and my sword here, chest plate and sword are my best battle gear. However, the rest of my gear is much more unusual. Okay, so I've now opened up the game so I can show you why I've chosen these items. So first up, the Warmonger boots. What do these do? Now again, this is only in Lunar, but you'll see they have a wounded conversion plus 12%. You'll say I'm in a mega rally, doesn't matter. Mega rallies have exceptions, and one of those exceptions are wounded conversion. You get to keep your own wounded conversion, which is really beneficial because you can now change your gear so that although your stats would have been terrible, it doesn't matter. You're not using your stats, but you do get your own wounded conversion skill. Now there's lots of ways to boost it. I've got a whole video on this, but for now, the gear that I was looking at, wounded conversion plus 12% when you've maxed out the Warmonger boots. So chuck those on. Other one, Warmonger ring. Once that's maxed out, you get another 6%, so we're talking 16%. Oh, I happen to be doing a trap in the background. Oh, just missed it. Wow, okay, we got hit by an SH-46. That probably didn't go so well. But just for chucks. So we lost 364,000 troops to his 28,000. So this is me reinforcing my farm. This is the approach that I've told you to do in my previous videos, and yeah, I'm doing it again this week. So you'll see that if I go to the eye, I had exactly 0 lost troops, permanent losses, and the rest have all gone to hospital, and still got decent points on that event. So let's go back to the gear. So the Warmonger ring gives you another 6%, so with that 12% we're doing 18% more of your troops going to safety. So that's hugely important. And now the other things I did is expanding my hospital capacity. It increases your alliance hospital capacity as well as your standard hospital, and that is a massive win. So if we go to our hospital now, you see I've got 471 there currently. So if I switch out my gear, .570, so a huge boost in the number of troops that you can save. So that depends how big your march is, so how many spaces you need in your alliance hospital. You can heal these troops for free. If you're patient, you can use your healing coins, and these can be absolutely free, so you can get your points that way. Okay, back to being in the mega rally though. If you're in that mega rally, you've got your gear on. You'll see the other things I had the helmet on here as well. So you see I've got the Winged Helm of Rage on. That's principally just so when I do my healing it's quicker, there's no benefit during the march. However, you can see I've got my Warmonger ring on, my Warmonger boots, and then I've got my hospital capacity being boosted here with this item. Now there's no great... Now you also don't have to have your best gear on here, this is just if I ever get caught, so if I find that the mega drops then I've got my better gear on. Now the other things you want to do, so if we switch my talent points, and in war mode, make sure you use your life preserver. Now this adds 30% to your wounded conversion skill. That's a massive boost. You can get up to something like 85%. I need to check the numbers, I'm afraid, but something like 85% maxing, so you're only going to lose 15% permanently if you've got your life preserver on and your other gear. Unfortunately, yeah, this one does work in Solar, but with the other gears you don't have quite such a good benefit in the the Solar version of the game versus Lunar. Though of course you've got to have the hospital capacity. You don't just save the troops unless you have the hospital capacity for them to go into. So make sure that you've got the space in your hospitals, and then hit your life preserver, send your dragon, Without sending your dragon, you say again, but I don't need my dragon, it's being run by somebody else. But your dragon has its own wounded conversion, which, as I said before, you get to keep your own wounded conversion. In your dragon skills, you've got the wounded conversion skill. And at the minute I've got 16.3%. If I can keep evolving that, that will keep growing. So that's a massive improvement, 16% more. So that's 16% odd, and it can get higher, it might be lower for you, but either way, that percentage is a huge improvement. Far more troops being saved from permanent death. It's much cheaper to heal than it is to build from fresh. It takes a huge amount of time and effort. So definitely make sure you send your dragon. So yeah, once you've got your gear sorted, you've sent your dragon, what else can you do? Well, have a look at your hero council. There's now one role, the Master of Strategy, at the bottom left. Now, this, again, you don't need these stats. You're not going to be fighting with your own stats, but he does have something that's outside of this entire process, and that's hospital capacity. He can boost it by 24,800 extra spaces, so that's really helpful. And then if we look at the Hero Council, in the solo version of the game, you've got Subordwin here, who can boost your hospital capacity up to 20,000 extra spaces, and Sir Grifflet can increase it by up to 10,000 spaces. So find your best hero there, and that can really, really help too. So make sure when you go, make sure you've reset your talent points, or if you've got the quick switch, that's great to ensure that you're getting the march boosts here. And what are we looking for? March capacity, wounded conversion. Here it is. So your wounded conversion here. Out of interest, march boosts. Anything that increases your march will actually also help in a mega rally if it's not full. If it's full already, or you will fill it with not your complete march cap, don't worry about it. But otherwise, more troops. Another exception, inverted commas. You can send more troops. You'll do more damage. It'll be a more effective attack. So bigger march, higher wounded conversion. These are the two key areas for joining that mega rally. So wounded conversion here, we can get up to 5%. So if we do the quick switch now, there's my extra 5% wounded conversion. And here's the life preserver skill. So I've already mentioned this, but I did forget to say it only lasts 30 minutes. So only use it at the very last second. So you've got your march going, 10 seconds until it arrives. Pull the trigger. Don't leave it to 1 second. There's a bit of a lag during a major mega rally, and you might find it doesn't actually register until after you've hit. So don't leave it to the very last second. Leave it to maybe 10 seconds before, and then you might be able to use it again. A second mega rally, or somebody counter attacks, it'll keep running for another 30 minutes. So really, really powerful. Only pull the trigger when you really know you're going to use it, but don't forget about it. Really easy to forget when you've not used it in a while. Now you've also got longer term. It's not something you can just turn on and off, but what you can do is just make sure that you got your research skills up. Now these are in the more basic research branches, so in the development branch you've got quite a few wounded conversions you can do. So you got 5% here, and then 10% here, so that's another 15%. So each of these, it's a major 15, 16% your dragon, 15% from research, 30% from your life preserver, 18% from your gear if you're on Lunar. So these all add up massive improvements to reducing those losses. And also the other things here which can increase your hospital capacity. So anything that can boost that hospital capacity, really helpful. It means you can do multiple marches, you can lose one and potentially lose another one without having to speed heal all of your troops, because that can be expensive in resources and use up all your speed ups. So the bigger your hospital capacity, the more of these attacks that you can get through. So really, really powerful. Boost your hospital cap, boost your march cap, and improve your wounded conversion. That's how to do well in a mega rally when you're joining somebody with awesome stats. And that's the other thing. Make sure you join somebody who's got great stats. Just because they're throwing a mega rally doesn't mean you should join them if they've not got awesome stats. So I am EnglishTim. Thanks for watching today. If you're enjoying my content, hit that subscribe button, click on the notification bell. You'll be updated about my upcoming videos. Also check out my channel. There's loads of stuff, like here's a resource gathering resources more quickly, a playlist for just solo players. I've got one for Lunar as well, so do check out whichever one's good for you. I've got my ultimate fighting playlist, and that has the guide taking you from your first day of fighting right up to the point where you've actually been doing it a while. So hopefully you'll find something there that you enjoy. So thanks for watching today.